Jude and I's master plan is maybe I should call it or start calling it. Like went according to plan, and Iman went home. But I think overall, like it was a successful double tribal. I think we definitely clipped both of Annika's wings in a sense. We took out her entire line, so we kind of left her like really defenseless and like totally screwed over. Like it did take a toll on Annika emotionally. I know during the second tribal she was very emotional with what she was saying, with what Evan was posing to her and the questions he was asking.
That was like quite an interesting vote for me. Not sure I handled it super well, but like I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own it. It's okay.
Annika's fucking pissed. As she should be, but like, yeah, she's kind of blowing up everywhere, and it's kind of terrifying. I knew it was coming, but
that tribal council just served as like my therapy for the week, where I just got all of my emotions out. It was really unfortunate that it happened in front of 40 people, but like, you know what? Sometimes shit happens, and it's like, it's not reality TV if someone doesn't have like a whole crying phase and like temper tantrum on the show. So yeah.
Welcome, Final Five, to the Survivor gift shop. I know it's been a long, fun season. I know you all want to keep souvenirs from your time here. You guys are going to get to do that today. For today's challenge, you guys are going to have to pick out the 6 items that at this gift shop in total will add up to $18. Each item has a different price tag on it. You can only grab one of each item. You must take it to me to check out. First person to get 6 items that equal $18 exactly, no more, no less, will win individual immunity. Guaranteed a 1 in 4 shot at being the sole survivor of this season. High stakes. To make it higher, we have a reward on top of this too. You'll get a chip party, chips, and your Vermonte, all for you. Sound fun?
Yep.
Okay, let's get to it. For reward and immunity at the final 5. Survivors ready? Go! Looking for the 6 items that equal exactly $18.
As soon as I opened my eyes and I got to look at the challenge and stuff like that, I slid under the table and I was just looking at like all of the prices.
How able are you to do some simple arithmetic?
I didn't even finish Algebra 2 in high school. Don't ask me how I got into UCLA without finishing Algebra 2. So when you're asking me to do mental math and decimals and stuff, I would have been able to do it without the decimals.
That's not correct.
I mean, come on. Give me like a challenge where you gotta write a 3-page quality essay faster than anybody else and I'd win that one. I'm telling you, alright? But
It's not correct. $18. How hard could it be? Remember, when you drop something, put it back on the board. Take it home. That's not correct. That's not correct.
Other people going to Evan, I'm like, every time they go to Evan, I'm like, oh, like they have it, like, damn it.
That's not correct.
But I tried to not like discourage myself. I'm like, okay, I can do this, I'm really close.
That's not correct. Remember, 6 items, $18. And one of each
I
item.
put one thing back. I got one thing that was like $2. I'm like, okay, I think this adds up to 18. I ran to Evan.
Ryan wins immunity. A 1 in 4 shot at winning Survivor Moral Dilemma.
I was just really happy that I won. It's proof to myself that like I can still play in this game and that like I'm still like competitive and that like I'm not like written off as a joke.
A little bit happy on like the way it goes. I think I'm in like a great position, final 5. Really confident in like the team or like the alliance I have with Jude, Ryan, and Elena. Like we all like high-fived and we're all like super happy like with the way it went. Like as we were standing in the circle right outside the hill, it was just like, yeah, the job's not done. Like, let's get it done.
To be honest, it's gonna be like an easy Annika vote. I'm pretty sure. I know I'm safe because of immunity and an idol.
If I was on the jury right now, out of the 4 that would be remaining, I would vote for Annika, and that's kind of why I need to vote her out, because I think as much as she like had her emotional moments, I think she played a really hard game, and you know really put all her effort into the game.
Some of y'all might have thought I was laying down my life in the game and calling it quits. Just gonna be okay with getting voted out in 5th place. Well, I have a surprise for you. Hell no. Because if anyone can get away with being a total emotionally bitchy wreck at tribal council for 2 hours, making rude ass comments to the people remaining in the game, and still get away with it, it's me. Elena has agreed to meet up with me tomorrow, and I think I might be able to tug on her heartstrings just enough to possibly slip through this vote.
I am missing the tribal, which is terrifying because I get no vote. I can't get a chance for immunity, this is the last challenge in the game, I'm pretty sure. So like not being able to get immunity at all isn't a security spot. Like you're relying on the people in, and that's scary. Like I let Elena know about this way beforehand, and I was gonna let Ryan know today and Dunker a few hours beforehand because I just didn't want to give anyone time to strategize. And I wasn't gonna tell Annika at all. I know she's gonna get right on it and start trying to get me out. But production sent out an email to everyone letting them know before I could tell anyone besides Elena.
Yeah, so this week I only met with one person in person, which was Annika. I didn't want to reach out to her just because I kind of knew I'd be voting her out, and I wanted to wait for her to reach out to me. But she texted me the next day and asked if we could get coffee together.
At first, I was very angry at Jude, and I was still in the mindset that Jude was a goat. But then I realized, after putting my emotions aside and objectively looking at the game from like a jury's perspective, and Jude is the only person left in the game with a perfect voting record. He has voted correctly every single time. He took out Iman, single biggest threat in the game, and he's taking out me without even being here. So I think objectively, Jude's in the best position to win. He could probably even beat me at this point.
She kind of pitched to me that like the jury's gonna see her in a negative light, and now like Jude has all the moves on his resume, and that she kind of like was pitching that I should vote Jude out this round, especially when we found out that Jude wasn't going to be here this tribal.
The game got a little bit spicy, and we found out that Jude is not going to be able to make tribal on Sunday. Or I don't think it necessarily puts a wrench in our plans, but it definitely changes things for sure. I saw the email, I hadn't like completely read it, and like before I knew it, Annika like immediately called me, and she was really trying to like convince me to like vote off Jude, and like how it would like suck if like Jude went through without even being there. And
Annika did call me like 2 or 3 times just saying that like, oh, Jude is the biggest threat and stuff like that, and like it would make more sense to vote out Jude right now and to, like keep me in. I mean, I was trying to be nice and stuff like that, but at the end of the day I'm just like, you know what, like Annika, like it's gonna be you. I can't like convince anyone else to like not vote you because they think I'm stupid and crazy. And the jury's gonna have no respect for me if the person in the last episode who was calling me stupid and like saying I didn't like deserve to be there somehow like convinced me to like work with her.
At this point, all 3 of them have told me they will be voting for me. Ready to make my case to the tribe about why they should not vote me out. If this is my last confessional before I'm voted out, what's a song I can sing? What's the one that Rob Sesternino? It goes like, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye.
Now, before we can really dive into tribal council, we have to address who's not here. Jude, Jude was not able to make filming today. It happens, we're all humans. But nevertheless, the game marches on. Because of this, the rules are the same as when Dunker had to miss filming. He cannot vote. He can still be voted for. He cannot compete in the upcoming immunity challenge. But he had the opportunity to play any idols or advantages. If he chose to do so, he's already done so and locked in his decision. Now, since he's not here, let's talk about Jude. Ryan, how does Jude not being here impact the game?
I mean, like, him not being here kind of impacts the game a lot because, like, he kind of, like, called letting us know, like, a heads up beforehand. Basically, like, from what I understand, it's some sort of, like, emergency or he's going to be gone. So, like, we couldn't, like, contact him for a while. So, like, just not being able to talk to him, like, affects the game inherently because, like, it would have been nice to, like, talk to him before, like, talk to everyone before every tribal. But to be completely honest, I think it's not the biggest deal. Like, it'll affect the game a little bit, but I think it should, like, still go how, like,
So I would like to add on to that, actually. Jude told Ryan that he was having a family emergency, but I came to learn that Jude is actually in Las Vegas at a birthday party. And these 3 people told me that they're still going to vote me out. So...
Are you frustrated? So you think Jude is in Las Vegas, and you're frustrated about that?
Yep, I am quite frustrated. I am having some feelings about that, although there's nothing I can do about it other than give you, like, my 3-point argument as to why I should remain in the game.
Oh, go ahead, Annika. What's your argument?
Alright, so number 1, as we all know, I had a little bit of a temper tantrum at Tribal Council on Thursday. So in that sense, the jury probably thinks, well, here, I'll start over. There have been 2 times in this game where the vote has not gone the way I expected it to. 1, when Nia was voted out, or rocked out, and 2, when Iman and Lena were voted out.
So 3 times. 3 votes.
Okay, I count
Just
them as the same vote, but yes. Anyways, both times that occurred, I erupted into a horrible temper tantrum because that is what happens when I don't get what I want. I make everyone around me miserable. And what does the jury think about that? The jury thinks that, wow, Annika is a spoiled brat who does not deserve to win the game whatsoever. She can't handle when things don't go her way. So why would they give me their jury votes? Why would they do that? Okay, that's my first point. The jury does not like me as much as all of you think they do. In fact, I argue that the jury likes that the jury likes Jude better than me. Jude is the only player in the game with a perfect voting record. He is the only player in the game that managed to make this huge move to take out Iman and then put me at the complete bottom of the tribe. Jude is the biggest threat in the game, and if he gets to the end, he's going to win. That is it. And
so to summarize your argument, if I can, so you think they should keep you because you're unlikable, you're spoiled, and Jude should go instead. Just sum it all up.
Yes, and the third point is that Jude is not here. All right? Jude decided to miss Tribal Council to go to a birthday party in Las Vegas. You know, it's the equivalent of Dunker being in Yosemite for the weekend and then also going to Joshua Tree while I'm sitting here busting my ass trying to get information out of people, and y'all just go off on your little vacations on the weekend while I'm here working hard to stay in this game the entire time. All right, it's not right to vote me out when Jude isn't even here, okay?
Elena, what did you make of this argument, and how likely is it Jude wins this game?
Right, so as much as me as like a Survivor fan and a player hate the fact that Jude is missing for supposedly a birthday party, you know, I agree, that sucks. It does suck. As much as Annika says she thinks the jury like hates her, if I was on the jury and Annika made the end, I would be so insanely shocked that I would have to vote for her, considering how hard she's played this game. You know, I just think, as much as maybe she thinks they don't like her, I would respect that she can make it to the end after all of this.
No, look at the way they're looking at me. They hate me.
You don't know that, dude.
I'm telling you, they hate me.
I mean,
you guys are completely misreading the situation.
That's totally valid.
I'm a goat at this point, all right? I was left out of the 2 most important votes of this game. I am a goat through and through. You lose nothing by keeping me in the game. And Dunker, I'm arguing to you, I was planning to take you to the end, regardless of if I was in or not, so it really doesn't affect your game either way. You're not gonna win anyways, man.
I was gonna say, I mean, I think Jude not being here for final immunity is also like obviously a factor. I mean, if it's a 1 in 3 shot of winning final immunity versus a 1 in 4, that does help me out. You know what I mean?
But from a possibly future jury member's perspective, I do not respect that whatsoever. I wore my fuzzy Birkenstocks today. They told us to wear athletic shoes. I was fully expecting to get voted out. So even if you guys don't vote me out, I'm wearing the wrong shoes for this. I'm probably not even going to win the challenge.
I mean,
all right.
You did tell me you would throw the challenge, but I don't believe.
I will. That's another thing. I will.
Are you gonna? You're telling me you're gonna sit there, stand there, and not move?
Yes, I promise. I give you my word. I will throw the final immunity challenge if you let me through this vote and vote out Jude instead.
Ryan, how much does Annika's word in this game mean? She said she's gonna sit out the challenge.
I mean, I think a lot of people's words don't really mean much. I think, she's talking about, being left out of, a lot of votes. I was left out of, more votes, I'd say. So I feel like, you can't trust anyone in this game.
All right, Dunker, I've never lied to you since the merge. Oh, actually, I never lied to you since I only lied to you about Elena's immunity idol last week.
So Dunker, Annika's never lied with you within very specific parameters. Does that affect how you want to work with Annika at all?
No, I don't think so. And I think going back to her point about Jude, I can't really blame Jude for going to Vegas. It sounds like a fun weekend. And I mean, I feel like this is kind of like a shoe-in vote. It doesn't really make sense for us not to vote Jude out. And it increases our chances.
Okay, what if I were to tell you I have a hidden immunity idol?
Okay, then idol out Jude. Sorry.
Let's talk about idols. Idols, this is the last time idols can be played. Elena, what's the likelihood of idols coming out tonight and shaking up the game?
I think there's a high likelihood. Do I think it'll shake the game up? No. I'm excited to play my idol.
Oh, so you have an idol and you're gonna play.
I've been waiting to play this baby for 49 days. It's not a lot, but here she is. Guys, she had a feather on it and it fell off.
Do you think you're going home tonight regardless of the idol?
Me?
Yeah, let me rephrase that. Do you think you're going home tonight if you don't play that idol?
Oh, I don't think so. I think Annika's going home tonight. But I mean, I still want to play it anyway.
So you don't want to keep it as a flashy move for the jury at the end, a souvenir?
Not really.
No?
I think, I've had it for so long, I really want to play it, even if it doesn't negate any votes,
I want to talk about
You could give it to me.
No thanks.
I already asked. See, here's why Jude being here Jude not being here affects the game. Where Ryan and I had been having this discussion of him possibly giving me his hidden immunity idol to idol out Jude without telling anybody.
Can I chime in?
Sure.
It wasn't my idea to give her the idol. She's like, hey, text me one day. She's like, hey, if you theoretically gave me an idol, this could happen. It was.
And that's all it was, just a theoretical discussion.
Oh, come on. We talked for an hour about this. All right.
It was. I don't know. I was too meek to say otherwise, but it was. I don't know if it would have come into fruition.
I want to talk about the breakdown of this tribe. Now, you guys called this tribe the Chimera tribe, a beast with many different heads. Is this still representative of the tribe, this monster with all these different heads, or has those heads been chopped off and the Chimera's really defanged now?
I think, as much as I think we tried to, become, a mix of two tribes, I feel like at the end of the day, tribal lines did kind of stay in place a little bit, because I think, as much as I really wanted to try to work maybe with Iman and Lena and Annika, I feel like it never really was gonna happen. I don't think there was I think they were coming for me, whatever. I don't think there was ever a fully merged tribe where it was all different, you know what I mean? I mean, everyone had their individual relationships, but I will say I think at the end of the day it was less of a mix than we thought it would be.
Speaking of this lack of mix, Annika, you're the last original snake left standing in the game. What does that mean to you?
Well, as you can see, I decided to wear all green to represent. I took a page out of Jude's playbook from wearing the color of the alliance that I will be voting in accordance with. As you can tell, I'm the only person wearing green today. So I am the only person in my alliance at this point. I think that Jude is possibly the only player in the game who is a true Chimera.
You, as the last snake left in the game, do you think you fit the snake mold well? You've openly said you play this game with your heart in your sleeves. Do you think that fits the snake mold?
No, it's a little ironic that I feel like I've played... Okay, obviously some of y'all are not going to agree with the fact that I think I've played a pretty loyal game. To the people who were my number ones, which was Iman, it was Lena, and it was Nia, I was completely loyal to them until the end. There was no I never turned on
I don't
them.
know about that one.
Okay, I was going to turn on Iman at 4, but that doesn't really count. You have Okay, and we were going to turn on Lena at 6, but
Oh, it's 6. Damn.
that doesn't really, it didn't happen, so honestly, I'm a pretty loyal player.
Well, some of you will get the opportunity to potentially turn on someone at Final Four. We're going to find out who that is now. It is time to vote. You cannot vote for Ryan. I imagine you're not getting it up. Everyone else is fair game. Elena, you're up.
Major props and major respect. I mean, you played one hell of a game. This vote is out of respect more than anything else. Yeah.
Any hidden immunity idols around here? Jude, you've done a good job.
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has an idol or advantage and would like to play it, now's the time to do so.
Evan, this is like the biggest shock of the game. Oh my god. Literally. Okay. I don't have anything crazy to say, but I'll miss you being in my shoe every day. I'm playing this for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Elena will not count. Okay. Jude made his decision for this. He did not play any idols or advantages. Any votes cast against Jude will still count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jude. Second vote, Annika. That's 1 vote Jude, 1 vote Annika. Annika, that's 2 votes Annika, 1 vote Jude. 12th person voted out a survivor moral dilemma and the 7th member of our jury. Annika. Annika, that's 3 votes, that's enough.
Good game.
Annika, your tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Alright, good luck, guys.
Well, of all the moral dilemmas and questions we've thrown at you this season, we finally have the answer to one. Someone who started on the Dove tribe is winning this game. But it's not about how you start, it's about how you end it. I'll see you guys in the challenge.
I've finally been voted out. I would like to thank production for putting up with me for these past 8 weeks or whatever. I would like to thank production for giving me this amazing experience. It may not have always seemed so great for me, but I truly do love playing this game, and it was such a great experience, and I'm so happy. And although the Final Four is a little bit more boring without me in it, I'm excited to vote for a winner and stuff, I think it's chilling. Hey! She's voting me out.
You're good, Elena.
Elena, I just said you're voting me out.
What can you say?